Okay, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me in today's live midday 15-ish minutes of chair yoga. So once again, this call is being recorded live. It is available on my YouTube channel at Kalana Yoga, and it is also available live inside of my Skool Community. And if you are joining me in my Skool Community, I can hear you and see you and interact with you and chat with you more about it afterwards. So if you are interested in learning more about joining my Skool Community, I will be posting the link to it in the description of this video. But let's go ahead and get started. So this is going to be, again, a live chair office style yoga. You do not have to be in yoga attire. You are welcome to join this from anywhere. And you can wear shoes, you can be barefoot. I do recommend having a chair handy just so it's a little bit easier. But the idea behind these chair yoga classes is that you can practice them anywhere. You can practice them while you're at work. You can practice them when you need a break while you're at home. They're just a really great way to reset the body and reconnect with your mind using your breath. So let's begin. Alrighty, so if you are joining me live, which even if you're watching this as a recording, you're still joining me live because you're alive. Alrighty, bring your feet flat to the ground and just sit forward in your chair. Sitting nice and tall, nice, tall, strong spine, the arms to your sides, and just letting the hands rest on the tops of your thighs. If it feels okay to do so, please feel free to close your eyes. And if that does not feel comfortable, just keep them softly opened, gazing at nothing in particular, off into the distance. Relaxing the eyes, relaxing the face, relaxing the eyebrows, the cheeks, and even the mouth. Relaxing through the shoulders, through the neck. Allow yourself to sit tall and proud, not slouching. Engaging your core just enough to lift your chest, but really feeling relaxation through the shoulders and through the arms, letting the arms hang heavy. Allow your attention to turn toward your breath. So if you happen to be taking a break from a work day or any tasks that you have on your plate, just set them off to the side and allow your attention to turn inward. Take a larger, deeper inhale through the nose. And exhale, sigh it out. Take a deeper inhale through the nose, inviting even more air. And exhale, sigh it out once again, letting the shoulders fall with your exhale. And then taking your largest, fullest, deepest breath yet. Inviting in as much air as you possibly can into your lungs. Pause when you reach the top and forcibly exhale everything out. Beautiful. When you're ready, gently open your eyes and let's begin moving slowly, softly. Turn your left ear towards your left shoulder, feeling a nice little stretch in the right side of the neck. Slowly turning the chin downwards, pausing in the center to feel a nice little stretch along the back of the neck. And then continuing to rotate, reaching right ear over the right shoulder, allowing yourself to feel a little stretch in the left side of the neck. Coming back to center. On your next inhale, reach your arms up over your head. And bring your hands to heart center. Let's do that once again. Inhale, reaching up, maybe getting a little longer in the arms. And hands to heart center. Let's do that one last time. Inhale, reaching up. Except this time, let's pull the arms out and down, squeezing the shoulder blades, pulling the elbows down the back, lifting through the chest, activating through the core, feeling a nice little stretch in the front belly. Inhale, reaching up once again. And exhale, twist toward the right. Bring your left hand to the outside of your right knee and bring your right hand to the back of your chair. Now, if your chair doesn't have a back or if it feels uncomfortable, you can always put your hand along the seat or anywhere where it lands comfortably. Feeling a nice little twist through the mid to upper spine. Inhale, slowly rainbowing the arms up and then twisting towards the other side. Right hand to left knee, left hand to the back of the chair or your seat. Sitting nice and tall as you inhale and gently twisting as you exhale. Inhale, reaching up once again. And this time as we exhale, let's fall between the knees. So let's open the knees just a little bit wider, bending at the hips. You can scoot your seat back if you need to, and then reach the hands down toward the ground. And just relax through the back. Inhale, long, strong spine. So maybe coming up to the fingertips or coming to the ankles or the tops of your feet. Pull the chest forward, pull the shoulders back, and reach the crown of your head forward, getting nice and long through the back, through the shoulder blades, through the back of the neck. And exhale, forward fold once again. Inhale, slowly walk yourself up to a seated position. Knees can come back together. Inhale, reaching up nice and tall. Exhale, gentle back bend once again, just pulling those elbows out and down toward the ribs, lifting through the chest, little cactus arms. Beautiful. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, just place your hands on your lap. And we're actually going to move to a standing position. So the beautiful thing about chair yoga is that you can use the chair in many different ways. You don't have to stay seated on it. So with your chair, keep your hands on the back of the chair and step behind the chair and give yourself space. So walk your feet back and bending at the hips until your body is creating an L shape. So feet are flat on the mat, legs are extended, arms are on the chair. And you're feeling a nice stretch through the mid to upper back, especially through those lat muscles. You might also be feeling a nice stretch through the hamstrings and the back of the legs. If the back of the legs are feeling a little too intense, a little too tight, you always have the option to bend those knees and see how that feels. Notice how that maybe loosens and relaxes the legs and maybe lets you get a little bit deeper in the upper half of the body. Beautiful. Inhale, walking yourself back up to a standing position. Inhale, reaching your arms up to the sky. I'll kneel just so I can stay in the frame, but keep your legs extended for a mountain pose. And exhale, forward fold once again, putting your hands on the chair. Or if you do want to go deeper, you're welcome to go all the way down to the ground. The chair just gives us a nice little stopping point, a nice place to relax, and to give us a little bit of leverage so we can use the pressure that we place on the chair to activate those muscles in the upper back, which we might not be able to activate if we're reaching down toward the ground. Relaxing through the head, through the neck. Beautiful. Inhale, coming back up. And then let's make our way back to our seated position on the chair. So coming back to the chair, scoot yourself toward the back of your chair now. And we're going to move into a chair-supported warrior series. So we're going to start with the right leg on the chair. Taking your left leg, your left butt cheek off the chair, using your chair right below your right knee, right below your right thigh. Thigh is fully supported on the chair. And you can start off in a chair lunge position with the back heel lifted if that feels more comfortable. If you'd like to move into a warrior variation, spiral that back foot down so the foot becomes flat on the mat. You'll notice that instead of your hips facing the front knee, they're going to open up toward the side of the body or the front of your chair. Now, allow this to give you support so you're not having to put a bunch of pressure on the foot, on the leg, on that front thigh, but you're still getting a nice little stretch through that back leg. If you'd like to involve the arms, feel free to reach them up to the sky or even get into your warrior arms, reaching them out to a T. Squeezing through the triceps, reaching the fingers in opposing directions. Beautiful. Inhale, reverse chair warrior. Flip the front palm, sweep the sky, reach the right hand all the way up as the left hand reaches down. So if you do this in a standing variation, this might feel like a more intense pose. But because we're in our chair and we might be at work, we're just trying to move the body and not get super sweaty, using the chair to help lift us up reduces a lot of that intensity. Beautiful. Inhale, coming back to arms to a T. And then let's just walk back to the center of our chair. Coming back to center, legs are pointed forward, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. So scooting that right butt cheek off the chair, using the chair for support underneath the left thigh, the left knee. Slowly walking the right leg back, maybe starting off in a chair lunge variation, holding it here. And if you'd like to get into that warrior two variation, just spiral that back heel down till it comes flat on the ground. And notice how your hips move from facing forward to facing the side. Feeling a nice stretch and adjusting as you feel comfortable. If this feels like it's too much, you can always walk it in, bending the knee a little more. Inhaling, reaching the arms to the sky. And option, bring those hands down to a T. So once again, bringing a little bit of intention to strengthening the arms, activating through the triceps, squeezing the arms tight as we reach our fingers away from each other. Inhale, reverse chair warrior. Reach your left hand to the sky, right arm reaches down the back. Beautiful. Holding here, feeling a nice stretch in that front ribs. Inhale, coming back to center. And slowly bringing your way back to the middle of your chair. So coming back to knees facing forward, scooch to the front of your chair now. Feet are flat on the mat. And we're just going to do a little bit of hip mobility before we finish up today. So bring the right ankle to the left knee. And just notice how this feels in the knee and in the hip. If this is a little bit uncomfortable or it feels particularly challenging, walk that left leg forward so your hips aren't compressing quite so much, and you're creating a little bit more space. If you'd like to get even deeper in the stretch from this middle option of having the knee to a 90 degree, you can always pull that right knee towards you or shift your chest forward so you're getting a little bit of a deeper stretch in the hip. So our hips are all very unique and different, and it's important that we are being mindful to how they feel today, and we are aware of the options that we have to make that a little bit easier or a little bit more intense. And again, this is not a full workout, so you're not going to be fully warmed up. So it's important to make sure that, we're just stretching and we're not necessarily trying to push to our limits in this workout today. Beautiful. Coming up to seated, we'll switch legs. Right foot goes down, left ankle comes up. You might notice that your hips are not necessarily equally balanced. So one might have more flexibility than the other, and that's a-okay. So if you need, same options apply. You can walk that right foot forward to give yourself a little more space, or you can walk that right foot back and pull the chest forward to get a little bit more intense. Beautiful. Just connecting with the breath as we're bringing a little bit of movement and mobility in the body. Lovely. Bring both feet flat on the mat and just give your legs a little shake. Maybe tap the feet on the ground or just shake them off. Just waking them up a little bit. All righty. Come back to centered stillness. Inhale, reach your arms up over your head. And bring your hands to heart center. If today is feeling a little heavy or a little stressful or a little chaotic, feel free to stay here for as long as you can with some closed eyes, some gentle stillness, and pay attention to the breath. Allow your breath to guide your focus inward. And when you're ready, you can carry on with the rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me live today. My hope is to go live Wednesdays at 10 a.m. in this format on my YouTube channel and in my Skool community. So I would love to see you in either of those places. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and hopefully I'll see you live next week. Bye for now.